In the headlines, Kano protesters condemn state government's demolition exercise. Bodies of 3 medical students from Calabar boat accident recovered. 4 injured as gas explodes in Lagos community. And on the foreign scene, armed men kill 5 civilians, behead others in southeast Kenya. Hello there, good afternoon and welcome to the news update. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. We start in Kano, where hundreds of protesters on Monday in Kano State took to the street to express their displeasure over the ongoing demolition exercise embarked upon by the state government. The government has pulled down some structures while several others have been marked for demolition. The government premised its action on the grounds that the land upon which the affected structures were erected were, quote, illegally allocated by the immediate past administration. The structures already demolished include the multi-billion naira project at the Old Daula Hotel, shopping plaza at the Polo Ground, and the Eid Ground, while residential and commercial buildings have been marked for demolition. While the government has insisted there is no going back on its resolve to restore, quote, the Kano Urban Development Master Plan, which includes removing structures erected on public spaces, the protesters on Monday demanded that the government rescind its decision. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Zaruddin Baba says the incumbent governor, or if the incumbent governor has anything against his predecessor, he should call him to answer questions instead of punishing innocent citizens and destroying their properties. Now, the Cross River State Police Command has confirmed the discovery of corpses of 3 medical students involved in the Marina Resort boat mishap in Calabar on Saturday. Speaking to journalists on Monday, the State Commissioner of Police, Goyong Grima, says the bodies recovered include those of 2 males and 1 female. Recall that 3 students were missing, while 11 others under the aegis of the Nigerian Medical Students Association were rescued on Saturday after a speedboat capsized at the Calabar Resort. It was gathered that the passengers were on a boat cruise when the mishap occurred around 3 p.m. The medical students were said to have come from universities across the country to attend the NIMSA Annual Health Week in Calabar. Following the incident, the Cross River State Governor Basi Otu on Sunday ordered an investigation into the boat cruise mishap involving the medical students. To Lagos State now, where 4 persons have been injured following an explosion in the state early on Monday. The incident happened at the Ijaye besides the Apostolic Church in Agege, where it was discovered that a shop stored with gas cylinders caught fire. According to the State Emergency Management Agency's preliminary report, one of the gas cylinders exploded as a result of a leak. The incident affected the shop, while other shops and adjoining buildings were saved. While no loss of life was recorded, 4 adults, 3 females and 1 male sustained various degrees of injuries, second-degree burns, as a result of the incident, and they are being attended to by the agency's pre-hospital care alongside Lasambus. LASEMA Director General Olufemi Oke says the victims have been moved to the Lagos University Teaching Hospital last week for more attention. Now, ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, Gombe ram sellers say there is low patronage from their customers as the main cattle market located at Tashanduku just 48 hours before the celebration. This comes as residents at the cattle market complain of a hike in the prices of sacrificial ram. Here's Ismail Ibrahim with the rest of the story.
Prices of rams at the Gombe cattle market ranges from 40,000 to 400,000 naira, depending on the size of the animal. Like in most part of the country, customers here who want to sacrifice ram to observe the Eid al-Adha ritual say the animals are very expensive this year. Last week, I bought a ram worth 50,000 naira. Its equivalent size is now 65,000 naira. There is increase in the prices. I came to buy rams, but the prices are exorbitant. Just like last year, I have checked, the rams are expensive. This is one of the biggest ram in the whole of this market. The owner fixed the price at 400,000 naira, but low turnout of customers forced him to keep the animal longer than expected. The rams are available. Breeders have done their job, but no buyers. We have different sizes for the wealthy individuals and for the middle earners, but people are not coming to buy because there is no money. Reacting to the complaints on high prices of rams, sellers say the price increase is because of the current economic situation in the country. If you observe the current high cost of living in the country, so many people will say that the rams are expensive. Prices of foods in the market have also skyrocketed. That's why the rams are expensive. Rams are not expensive here, but because of the current economic realities, we have reduced the price. Muslims who have the means are encouraged to slaughter a ram in Eid al-Adha to commemorate Prophet Ibrahim's devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his readiness to sacrifice his son Ismail. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Now, as Arafat Day approaches on Tuesday, Nigerian pilgrims have converged on Mina, the tent city, for 5 days Hajj rituals. Mina is just 7 kilometers away from the Grand Mosque in Mecca, which serves as the epicenter of the Hajj exercise. Sharif Al-Hassan reports from Mina, the tent city.
The world's biggest religious gathering in Islam, with an estimated number of 3.5 million pilgrims, will be taking place here in Mina, the tent city, for a 5-day Hajj rituals. The 5-day activities here in Mina include standing on the Mount of Arafat and spending the nights on the plain of Muzdalifah, among other Hajj rituals. We will be talking to some Islamic clerics for them to shed light on the pilgrim stay here in Mina.
All pilgrims are going to convert from Mecca to Mina, where they are going to prepare for themselves before the Arafat day. The significance of this day is to put all pilgrims who intended to do his pilgrimage to come and stay at Mina, preparing himself, mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making a lot of zikr. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك, telling his Lord that I have answered your call, I have answered your call, I have arrived, there is no one to be worshipped except you. So now whatever they were doing here is they were preparing themselves before the Arafat, because the Arafat is coming on 9th of Zulhijjah. This is the significance of why all Muslims pilgrims should convert to Mina on this day. They are going to stay here for 5 days. Today is the 8th day. The activity of 8 is just to come and stay, pray Zuhur, Asr, Maghrib, Isha in two rakats. The Zuhur is going to be prepared in 2 rakats. The Asr also is going to be prepared in 2 rakats. The Maghrib is as usual. The Isha is going to be prepared in 2 rakats. After Subhi, then they convert all of them to Arafah. That is on the 9th of Zulhijjah. On 9th of Zulhijjah is the day all pilgrims are going to gather at the Mount of Arafat, where they are going to observe only Zuhur and Asr prayers, and they are going to be combined together at the same time when it is time for Zuhur. That means that they are going to draw Asr from where it is to bring it down to Zuhur and pray Zuhur together with the Asr. After that, then they will start standing, praying until the sunset. If any one of the Muslims who appear not to be at that day, at that place in the daytime, and he has no reason why he was absent, he has to give a ram. And he must stay there until sunset. Anyone who leaves Arafat before the sunset, he has no Hajj on that year. He has to repeat it back again.
Well, in a somewhat related development, to demonstrate religious tolerance and harmony in Kaduna, Christians have joined their Muslim counterparts to clear grasses at one of the Eid praying grounds in Kachia town, in Kachia local government area of Kaduna State at the weekend. Now, the Christian youths, women, as well as elders in Kachia came out in large numbers to participate in the grass clearing exercise. The Secretary, Jamaatul Nasir Islam in Kachia, Ibrahim Tasiu, expressed delight over the large turnout of both Christians and Muslims for the exercise. He called on Muslims and Christians to continue to live in peace and harmony. Now, the coordinator of the Community Peace Action Network with the Interfaith Mediation Center, Kaduna State, Samson Auta, says they wish Muslims happy and peaceful Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Now, security agencies in Kano State held a show of force exercise ahead of this year's Eid al-Kabir celebration. The exercise is to showcase the readiness of security operatives to ensure peaceful celebration throughout the Salah period across Kano State. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin has the rest of the story.
It is a show of force in the form of work by operatives of the Nigeria Police Force, Army, Civil Defense, and all other relevant security agencies. Leading the work from the Sani Abacha Stadium to the Emir's Palace in Kofar Kudu, the State Commissioner of Police, Muhammad Gumel, said the idea is to assure people that their security of lives and property is guaranteed.
The purpose of this outing is nothing other than to give confidence to the populace and to give confidence to ourselves that the Salah celebration that is coming in the next 48 hours is going to be celebrated in a peaceful atmosphere.
According to the CP, police and all other sister security agencies have already mapped out strategies to effectively police Kano before, during, and after the Salah period.
We are advising members of the public who are induced by anybody to come out and sabotage the peaceful conduct of the Salah celebration, which we know it is a tradition, it is a history-making event, and Kano State is in the focal of every nation in the world. We are aware that people all over the world are coming to Kano to witness the Durbar celebration. International communities will be with us to enjoy the festive period.
Meanwhile, the police are calling on all Kano residents to ensure they desist from committing any form of crime, as security operatives have since been deployed to enforce peace across the state. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Well, elsewhere in Yobe State, the 24 members State House of Assembly on Monday elected Buba Chiroma Mashio as Speaker of the 8th Assembly. Mashio, representing Jajere constituency, is the oldest serving lawmaker in the House across the country also, who occupied the State Assembly seat since 1999 to date. Machio, who had been in the State Assembly since 1999 when he was elected as member representing Jajere constituency, Fune local government area of Yobe State under the defunct All People's Party, the APP. The clerk of the House, Muhammad Alkali Yusuf, says the House received proclamation letter from Governor Maimala Buni of the state to hold its first session on Monday, 26th of June, based on power conferred on him by Section 105, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The nomination of Machio as Speaker was moved by Adamu Dala Dogo, a member representing Karasua constituency, and was seconded by Bukar Mustafa Timba, representing Gaidam constituency, Gaidam Central constituency. Now, the members of the 8th Assembly were elected Yao Usman. Now, the police in Ebonyi State have rescued wife of the late staff of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Emmanuel Igwe. The late Emmanuel, until his death, was an assistant electoral officer of the Independent National Electoral Commission, working in Afikpo, North local government area of the state. The deceased was on 18th June shot dead by suspected criminals when he was returning alongside his wife, who was abducted in Umbu in Ishagu in the Ivo local government area of Ebonyi State. Reports say the wife was kidnapped by the criminals who operated with AK-47 rifles. But police operatives in Ebonyi State Command on Sunday, following an intelligent report, stormed the hideout of the hoodlums and killed 3 members of the gang. It was gathered that the police also arrested no fewer than 8 members of the criminal gang. The chairman of Ivo local government area, Emmanuel Aja, confirmed the arrest and killing of 3 of the suspects to journalists on Sunday. Aja explains that the hoodlums were apprehended at their hideout in Lokpanta local government area of Abia State. He commended men of the Nigeria Police Force for their courage and gallantry and pledged that the council will not hesitate in ridding the area of criminals. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Still to come, we take a look at the story of an inseparable pair. Join us after the break for more details. Welcome back to the news update on Trust TV. Thank you very much for staying with us. First, here's a recap of our top stories at this hour. Kano protesters condemn the state government's demolition exercise. And bodies of 3 medical students from the Calabar boat mishap recovered. Moving on, the decision by President Bola Tinubu to probe the suspended central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, has been described as an appropriate action and timely in view of his role in punishing Nigerians with naira scarcity ahead of the 2023 general elections. The national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, Shehu Gabam, said this while speaking exclusively to Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman, saying the probe is necessary due to the gross violation of the citizens' right. His report.
The central bank cashless policy and naira redesign, spearheaded by Godwin Emefiele, has put Nigerians on the edge, reduced money in circulation and prevented many from accessing their hard-earned savings. Struggle to survive what many termed a harsh economic policy left many businesses crumbled, leading to loss of life in some cases.
I think that is the greatest sabotage that has happened in the history of our administration. It's a great sabotage. And it's good to investigate that so that you create a very strong and send a strong signals to any future abuse of public office.
Though speculations were ripe that the CBN governor may likely be the first casualty of President Bola Tinubu government, such postulation was made right with decision to suspend and arrest the erstwhile CBN boss. The SDP National Chairman Shehu Gabam is of the opinion that such gross violation of people's right to access legitimate funds should not go unpunished, especially as it will be deterrence against future abuse of office.
There is no law that will back any bank or CBN to hijack public funds. The contract between somebody who puts his money in the bank and the bank is at any time customer will have access to his money. But not just denying them access to the money, denying them access to healthcare, to education, to feeding themselves, because you have hijacked the only source they have to take care of their own problems.
While the suspended CBN governor's case is being investigated, Nigerians are calling on the government to also respect existing laws in handling the matter. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, this may polarize views. One must have in a lady or woman's living space, luggage, or even handbag at any given time is a mirror. This is because they have the habit of occasionally looking into the mirror, whether it is at home, at work, school, or any other place. In this report, Victoria Tokolo takes a look at why women love looking into the mirror, even at the unlikeliest of places and times. Her report is presented from our studio.
According to a survey conducted by specialists of a cosmetics brand, on average, women spend 3,276 hours or 136 days on makeup, hair, and clothing choices. In all of the above time, they are staring at the mirror, admiring how suitable or not they appear. Outside their closets, the most popular places they look at themselves include the glass of the car, the phone screen, shop windows, etc.
Women use mirror because it's an addictive habit. We use it to check if our makeup is okay, if you are looking fine, if there's need for changing something. That's how we use it. So it's just addictive. We are addicted to it. Unconsciously, we check the mirror. That's why you see women when they see any form of mirror, they want to see if I'm okay or not. It's just an addictive habit.
We women, we like mirror. We like using mirror to check ourselves. When we rub powder, we like to see as we look. We put eye pencil or makeup, any makeup we make, we like to see ourselves in the mirror and see how beauty or how nice we are before we go out.
It's for validation, which may or may not reflect their true identities.
Mirror is a must for us to appreciate ourselves more as a God creature. Then to always look at if probably your dressing is not correct. While walking on the road, at times we use our phone on the road to actually check the way we dressed from inside. Then when we get outside as well, we check ourselves again. And if we are good to go, that's all.
So mirror is a must for all the women because we normally look at mirror to appreciate ourselves, to see how we look like. Am I beautiful? Am I not beautiful? If I go out this way, will people appreciate or not? So I think that is the purpose of using the mirror.
You know, in creation, women are point of attraction. And then for the fact that they are an element of attraction, there is nowhere any woman will go. You see the beauty, you see the uniqueness. So for them, it is just to ensure that they are rightly representing that point of attraction that they are. That is why they look into the mirror, to get that core assurance, of their attractive look, before they go into the public space. And you see, women who are well prepared, their point of attraction, as I said, that there is nowhere they get to, they will always attract, everybody there. So looking at the mirror is just to ensure that, they are at core parity according to their individual sense of what their beauty is. So that is just to ensure the assurance, of their beauty.
Despite some psychologists believing that one of the reasons women frequently look at themselves in the mirror is narcissism and vanity, they remain attracted to mirrors because they want to be seen to be appropriate at all times.
To be fair, vanity is a unisex behavior. But in other news, the acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Foloshodun Shinobi, has said the Apex Bank would continue to collaborate with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other development partners to explore innovative solutions for driving access to finance. Speaking in Abuja during the duo's strategic engagement over the weekend on how to deepen collaboration and financial inclusion in the country, Shinobi pointed out that though much progress had been made in various aspects of financial inclusion, some challenges still linger in attaining the desired level of financial inclusion in Nigeria. He reiterated that the commitment of the Central Bank of Nigeria to continually partner with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other development partners to explore innovative solutions for driving access to finance. The co-chair of the foundation, Bill Gates, highlighted the foundation's focus areas for continued engagement in Nigeria to include health, agriculture, and financial services. Gates expressed satisfaction that support from his organization is increasing development in the country. Now, on the foreign scene, 5 civilians have been killed by armed assailants who attacked 2 villages in southeast Kenya, according to a police statement. The attack on Sunday occurred in the villages of Juhudi and Salama in Lamu County, which borders Somalia, according to the police source. The attackers also burned houses and destroyed property. The police say a 60-year-old man was bound with a rope and, quote, his throat was slit, his house burned with all belongings. 3 others were killed in a similar manner, while a 5th victim was shot dead. Police described the incident as, quote, a terrorist attack, a phrase they typically use to refer to incursions by Somalia's Al-Shabaab group. Lamu is near Kenya's border with Somalia, and fighters from Al-Shabaab frequently carry out attacks in the area in a bid to push Kenya to withdraw troops from Somalia, where they are part of an international peacekeeping effort or force defending the central government. Kenya's first sent troops into Somalia in 2011 to combat the Al-Qaeda affiliated group and is now a major contributor of troops to African Union military operation against the group. Well, that's it. You're up to date with the latest news at this hour. Many thanks for your time and company. Well, feel free to follow us across all our social media platforms and our YouTube live stream. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you for watching.